everyone, I am Christine Tubeo from PIT1F, and for today's vlog, I will discuss about logic gates, web basics, computer network, and computer security. First is logic gates. A logic gate is an idealized model of a computation or physical electronic device implementing a Boolean function, a logical operation performed on one or more binary inputs that produces a single binary output. A logic gate performs basic logical functions and are the fundamentals building blocks of digital integrated circuits. Most logic takes an input of two binary values and output a single value of a 1 and 0. Next is the binary logic. Binary logic deals with binary variables and logic operations applied on these variables. The binary logic consists of binary variables and logical operations. Boolean algebra. Boolean algebra is a expression or statement which purpose of this is to solve logic problems. It is ideally suited to digital circuit analysis. Okay, so Boolean algebra is the branch of algebra in which the values of the variables are the truth values of true and false, usually denoted 1 and 0. Okay, next is the truth table. A table of all possible combinations of the variables showing the relation between the values that may take and the result of operation that describe the behavior of logic gate. The truth table is a mathematical table used in logic, specifically in connection with a Boolean algebra, Boolean functions, and propositional calculus, which sets out the functional values of a logical expressions on each their functional arguments. That is for each combination of values taken by their logical variables. Next is the 8 types of logic gates. First is OR gate. OR gate output voltage is high if any or all of the input voltage are high. OR gate is an electronic circuit that gives a high output if one or more of its inputs are high. A plus sign is used to show the OR operation. Next is NOR gate. NOR gate, the output state is always the opposite of the input state. The NOR gates are low if any of the inputs are high. The symbol is an OR gate with a small circle on the output. The small circle represents inversion. Next is the AND gate. AND gate has high output only when all its inputs are high. The AND gate is an electronic circuit that gives a high output only if all its inputs are high. Next is the NAND gate or NOT AND gate. NAND gate, all input signal must be high to produce a low output. The NAND gate or NOT AND gate, which is equal to an AND gate followed by a NOT gate. The outputs of all NOT gates are high if any the inputs are low. The symbol is an AND gate with a small circle on the output. The small circle represents inversion. Next is the XOR gate. XOR gate similar in output to an OR gate, except the XOR gate produces as or a zero output when both inputs are 1. XOR gate is or exclusive OR gate is a circuit which will give a high output if either but not both of its two are high. An inserted plus sign is used to show the EOR operation. The next is XNOR gate. XNOR gate is simply the XOR followed by an inverter. Its operator is usually written as plus sign. The exclusive NOR gate circuit does the opposite to the XOR gate. It will give a low output if either but not both of its two inputs are high. The symbol is an XOR gate with a small circle on the output. The small circle represents inversion. Then next is buffer gate. A buffer gate merely serves purpose of signal amplification. The buffer gate is manufactured to perform the same function as two inverters. Its symbol is simply a triangle with no inverting bubble on the output terminal. That's it. Next is NOT gate, the last one. NOT gate, the output state is always the opposite of the input state. NOT gate, a Boolean operator with only one variable that has the value 1 when the variable is 0 and vice versa. Okay, so let's go to our second topic, which is web basics. Let's start. Internet. There are many ways a personal electronic device can connect to the internet. They all use different hardware and each has a range of connection speeds. As technology changes, faster internet connections are needed to handle those changes. I thought it would be interesting to list some of the different types of internet connection that are available for home and personal use paired with their average. The internet is essentially a global network of computing resources. You can think of the internet as a physical collection and circuit as a set of shared resources. Next is internet-based services. Some of the basic services available to internet users are: first is email, a fast, easy, and inexpensive way to communicate with other internet users around the world. Email is when you send an email to someone. The next is Telnet, allows a user to log into a remote computer as though it were a local system. Telnet is a network protocol that allows a user on one computer to log into another computer that is part of the same network. Next is FTP, allows a user to transfer virtually every kind of file that can be stored on a computer from one internet connected computer to another. FTP or File Transfer Protocol is a set of rules that computers follow for the transferring of files from one system to another over the internet. Next is Usenet News, a distributed bulletin board that offers a combination news and discussion service on thousands of topics. Usenet is collection of online discussion that are organized into news groups. World Wide Web or WWW, a hypertext interface to internet information sources. What is WWW? WWW stands for World Wide Web. A technical definition of the World Wide Web is all the resources and users on the internet that are using in Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP. A broader definition comes from the organization that web inventor Tim Berners-Lee helped found, the World Wide Web Consortium. The World Wide Web is the universe of network accessible information, an embodiment of human knowledge. The World Wide Web is a way of exchanging information between computers on the internet, tying them together into a vast collection of interactive multimedia resources. Next is HTTP. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. This is the protocol being used to transfer hypertext documents that makes the World Wide Web possible. The HTTP is an application protocol to distribute collaborative hypermedia information systems that allows users to communicate data on the World Wide Web. Next is URL. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator and is used to specify addresses on the World Wide Web. A URL is the fundamental network identification for any resources connected to the web. Example, hypertext pages, images, and sound files. The URL address of a web page. Next is website. Website. This is the location on the web where people can find tutorials on latest technologies. Similarly, there are millions of websites available on the web. Each page available on the website is called a web page, and first page of any website is called home page for that site. The website is a set of related web pages located under a single domain name, typically produced by a single person or organization. Next is the web server. Web server, every website sits on a computer known as a web server. This server is always connected to the internet. Every web server that is connected to the internet is given a unique address made up of series of 4 numbers between 0 and 256 separated by periods. A web server is a computer that runs websites. It's a computer program that distributes web page as they are requisitioned. Then next is web browser. The first web browser was called World Wide Web and later changed its name to Nexus. Created by Sir Tim Berners-Lee, it was released in 1990 and gave people a basic way to view web page. Before the first popular graphical browser, Mosaic, was released in 1992. The internet was text-based, bland, and couldn't be used without technical know-how. The web browser is a software application for accessing information on the World Wide Web. When a user requests a web page from a particular website, the web browser retrieves the necessary content from a web server and then displays the page on the user's device. Next is the SMTP server. Stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol Server. This server takes care of delivering emails from one server to another server. When you send an email to an email address, it is delivered to its recipient by a SMTP server. The SMTP is used to send and receive email. It is sometimes paired with IMAP or POP3 by user level application, which handles the retrieval of message, while SMTP primarily sends message to a server for forwarding. HTML. HTML, or Hypertext Markup Language, is the most basic building block of the web. It defines the meaning and structure of web content. Other technologies besides HTML are generally used to describe a web page appearance, presentation, CSS, or functionally behavior. A Hypertext Markup Language, or HTML, a standardized system for tagging text files to achieve font, color, clicking on and hyperlink effects on World Wide Web pages. Next is hyperlink. A hyperlink, or simply a link, is a selectable element in an electronic document that serves as an access point to other electronic resources. Typically, you click the hyperlink to access the link resource. Familiar hyperlinks include buttons, icons, image maps, and clickable text links. The hyperlink is a link from a hypertext file or document to another location or file, typically activated by clicking on a highlighted word or image on the screen. Then our third topic is computer network. Network, it consists of two or more computers connected together, and they can communicate and share resources. A network is an arrangement of intersecting horizontal and vertical lines. Networking, the construction, design, and use of network, including the physical cabling, hub, bridge, switch, router, and so forth. The selection and use of telecommunication protocols and computer software for using and managing the network, and the establishment of operation policies and procedures related to the network for the purpose of sharing resources. The networking is the linking of computers to allow them to operate interactively. Let's go to the advantage of networking. The advantage of it is a connectivity and communication, data sharing, hardware sharing, internet access sharing, data security and management, performance enhancement, and balancing entertainment. And of course, if there has a advantage, there's also a disadvantage of networking. And there are network hardware, software and setup costs, hardware and software management and administration costs, undesirable sharing, illegal or undesirable behavior, and lastly, security concerns. So, types of computer network. First is LAN or Local Area Network. Local Area Network is a group of computers connected to each other in a small area such as building, office. LAN is used for connecting two or more personal computers through a communication medium such as twisted pair, coaxial cable, and etc. LAN connects the computer hardware in a localized area such as an office or home. Typically, LAN use wired connections to link the computers to each other and to a variety of peripheral devices such as printers. Second is PAN or Personal Area Network. PAN is arranged within an individual person, typically within a range of 10 meters. Personal Area Network is used for connecting the computers. Devices of personal use is known as Personal Area Network. A PAN provides data transmission among devices such as computers, smartphones, tablets, and personal digital assistants. PAN can be used for communication among the personal devices themselves or for connecting to a higher level network and the internet where one master takes up the role as gateway. There has a two types of PAN. First is wireless personal area network. Wireless personal area network is developed by simply using wireless technologies such as Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. It's a low-range network. WPAN is simply a short-distance network that allows multiple devices within a small area to connect to one another. The second type of PAN or Personal Area Network is Wired Personal Area Network. Wired Personal Area Network is created by using the USB. The difference between a PAN and a wireless LAN is that the former tends to be centered around one person, while the latter is a local area network that is connected without wire serving and multiple users. So, the third, MAN or Metropolitan Area Network. A metropolitan area network is a network that covers a larger geographic area by interconnecting a different LAN to form a larger network. Government agencies use MAN to connect to the citizens and private industries. A MAN often acts as a high-speed network to allow sharing of regional resources, similar to a large LAN. It is also frequently used to provide a shared connection to other networks using a link to a WAN. Next is the WAN or Wide Area Network. A wide area network is a network that extends over a large geographical area such as states or countries. A wide area network is quite bigger network than the LAN. The wide area network is a large network of information that is not tied to a single location. WANs can facilitate communication, the sharing of information, and much more between devices from around the world through a WAN provider. And to our last topic, computer security. A computer security refers to techniques for ensuring that data stored in a computer cannot be read or compromised by any individual without authorization. Computer security involves the protection of software, data, and hardware, and other components associated with the computer from thefts or damage. There has a three goals in computer security. First is confidentiality. Ensures that computer-related assets are accessed only by authorized parties. The confidentiality or the purpose of it is to ensure the protection of data by preventing the unauthorized disclosure of information. Second is the integrity. It means that assets can be modified only by authorized parties or only in authorized ways. The integrity refers to the accuracy of completeness of data. Third is availability. It means that assets are accessible to authorized parties at appropriate times. Availability means that information is accessible to authorized users. It provides an assurance that your system and data can be accessed by authenticated users whenever they need it. And there has a four classes of security threats. First is interception. An interception means that some unauthorized party has gained access to an asset. The interception or the outside party can be a person, a program, or a computing system. Example of this type of failure are illicit copying of program or data files or wiretapping to obtain data in a network. Interruption. In an interruption is an asset of the system becomes lost, unable, or unusable. For example, someone might change the values in the database, alter the program so that it performs an additional computation, or modify data being transmitted electronically. Modification. If an unauthorized party not only accesses but tampers with an asset is called as a modification. This intruder may insert spurious transactions to a network communication system or add records to an existing database. What are the major threats to system security? Okay. First is privilege escalation. Second is virus. worm, Trojan, spyware, spam, adware, rootkits, botnets, and last, logic bomb. There are the 10 list of the major threats to system security. And last, vulnerability. Vulnerability is a weakness in the security system. Weaknesses can appear in any elements of a computer, both in the hardware, operating system, and the software. And that is all of my presentation. Thank you for listening to me. And actually, for my final message, I actually learned a lot in my subject, to our subject in CC 101. I'm so very much thankful that we have a very kind